Time for the 49ers Rush
Maybe
podcast.
Talanoa, but even him now with Ward out, I'd say no. None of the backers. Samuel Womack. I would put Samuel Womack,
Yeah.
and that would be huge. I would put Spencer Burford out there. I would put Aaron Banks out there. I would put Jake Brendel out there.
Yeah.
So those would be all of the answers that I have that I could think of. Now, what's going to be interesting with Josh Hawkett's been cut. Do they just scrap all 21 personnel with two fullback plays, or do
We'll
they
see.
put?
The thing is, what I heard from Jack Hammer at training camp was, they actually put Dwelly out there.
Yeah, he
in
started for
fullback.
Juszczyk when he got injured, right?
Yeah.
So, and now that you have Charlie Warner back, the true tight end 2, and I think that Croft is going to win that tight end 3 job. That's just my own personal take on it right now. That's awesome. Give Dwelly an extra spot to where he can compete on the back end. I don't have Dwelly making this roster right now, but if he could prove that he could be that fullback spot, yeah, who knows? Because he can do all the special team stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, he is a guy who also has the familiarity with the playbook, with the offense, right? Because he's been here for the entirety of his career, as opposed to a guy maybe like a Tyler Croft, Troy Fumagalli, and the other players who are also fighting for that TE2 spot. I honestly don't think there is a clear, definitive answer behind George Kittle and maybe now even Charlie Warner now that Warner's back in the fold. I don't think there's the definitive answer, which is why it'll be also interesting to see who separates themselves in that tight end mix.
And if we're got to talk about Tanner Hudson,
Yeah,
the
Tanner Hudson for
highest.
sure.
Yeah, the highest PFF grade, had that touchdown, which was just an awesome scramble drill from a tight end. Usually you see that from wide receivers where you mirror the quarterback on his linear motion. It was textbook what he did. You could tell he had, a lot of experience, and that's what he brings to the table. So, yeah, the tight end, there's a lot of depth there. I feel like 1 and 2 set, that 3 spot, good gosh, all of them could win. But I think Croft would be who I'd go with now. But Tanner Hudson, he's pressing. He's pressing.
I think so too. I mean, there are a lot of candidates, like you said. Hudson, he's had like a big catch a day in a way throughout the second half of training camp. And so if he shows to be reliable, shows that he can pancake, because the issue was he couldn't block, but he's pancaked sometimes in training camp. If he can continue to show this, especially in the run game, could be an intriguing candidate because he also was in the building last year.
Yeah, and I think you look at he had the second highest run grade on the entire offensive side,
good.
next to Jason Poe. And I was talking about this with Wade the other day. Jason Poe had a 90.3 run block grade and a 12.7 pass block grade. I mean, he's just so raw. He's got a ways to go, but he shows you the flashes. But yeah, if you get that consistency, receiving wise, he's got it. He might be the best, wide receiver tight end option that we have outside of Kittle. It's just, can he get the consistency in the run game?